Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for another episode of Viewport Relay, a bi-weekly podcast where the Viewport team looks at the latest news in the gaming industry. As always, I'm your host, Albert Corsten, and I'm joined by my co-host, Tristan Jung.
Hello.
And Alex Nestor.
Hey there.
Welcome, guys. We are at episode 10.
Woo!
Yeah.
Just a small milestone, I guess, but hopefully with many more episodes to come. Today on episode 10, we got chock full of we had a lot of game news in the past 2 weeks. A lot of announcements. But we also have a few housekeeping things to start off with. And then at the end, we will have a short game for us all to play. First off, if this is your first time on the podcast, I need to ask Tristan a question, because we're looking for new writers on the Viewport team, but some of you might be wondering, what is Viewport? This is Viewport Relay. What is Viewport? Tristan, what is Viewport?
Well, Viewport Relay is part of Viewport, a website that provides a look into video games through features, reviews, and podcasts. Not necessarily in that order, because I screwed that up. But we are currently looking for contributors to help us out. If you're interested in providing opinions on video games that you play through previews or reviews, or, if you really want to call out, let's say, Valve for not releasing Half-Life 3 and you want to write like a 3,000-word essay, you can contact us at Viewport Gaming on Twitter, or email me at tristan@viewportgaming.com, and we would love to see what you can bring to our team.
Yeah, if you love gaming and you want to express it in words or videos or whatever format, whether that be slam poetry or, I don't know.
Interpretive dance.
Oh yeah, interpretive dance. That's the next medium right here. Reach out to us, because we don't know who you are, and if we could reach out to you, we would. And that sounds creepy, but you know what? I'm keeping it. All right, so our next bit of housekeeping, and last bit of housekeeping, we've got so the three of us, and that being Alex, Tristan, and I, will be at PAX West 2018 in Seattle next week, and we will be covering what we see and what we play there. So yeah, we're going to have both kind of previews of stuff on the floor, as well as some post-expo game night streams and whatnot. I don't know what shenanigans will go on. But stay tuned for that, and then the full schedule for our PAX coverage will be dropping this Friday, so that's August the 24th. So, be hype or something.
Hype! Yeah, please look forward to it.
There you go. Get some hype. Alright. Guess what, guys? It's the beginning of an episode, and I'm not going to ask what you're playing. Instead, on the theme of PAX, I'm going to ask, what games are you guys looking forward to playing at PAX? And you know what? The list hasn't been confirmed yet, so I don't know. What do you want to see at PAX? I know the list of booths are there, so obviously if it's someone who's not going to be there, their game's not going to be there. But what are you looking forward to?
I prepared last night for what are you playing? Or what have you been playing?
You had to prepare for that? You can't just say what you've been playing?
I made sure to play a really niche game so I could look really studious.
Alright, well, we'll do that after for 15 seconds, but for now, because I don't want your hard work to go astray, but what are you excited for PAX? What games are on your radar?
I doubt it's going to happen, but I still am holding out for an Ace Combat 7 demo.
Okay, so it was at Gamescom this weekend, I think. Mm-hmm. So, maybe? Is it Sega? No, it's Bamco.
It's Bamco. Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll bring it, man.
Yep. And then I know Devil May Cry 5 is going to have a panel showing some new gameplay, so I'll be attending that and give any new tidbits of news if there's going to be anything there that's new, not set at Gamecoms yet, but yeah.
Was Dante in the trailer, the gameplay demo?
He was. He ripped a motorcycle in half and used it as a weapon.
Nice.
There you go. That's all that needs to be said, I think.
Tristan, my boy, what keeps you up at night from PAX?
The fact that we have no schedule ready. Oh
no.
Is this getting too real?
No.
Hey, man.
Okay. You mean games. I see.
Mm-hmm. Fun stuff.
I'm looking at the list right now.
You just don't have anything off the oh my,
well,
you gotta
no,
look
no,
at
no,
a
no.
list?
Here. Obviously, Super Smash. Like, that's a default, right?
Yeah.
But then putting that aside, what else am I excited about?
Literally does not even play games.
Literally.
I have never played a video game before, guys. I don't know what I'm doing here. How about you, Albert? I mean,
All right.
I know you're going to say
right.
Artifact.
Okay, Artifact, that's not number one. Smash is number one for sure.
Okay.
Artifact is a solid. I wouldn't put it at a number two. It has potential, but I don't know what it's gonna be like. Valve has a huge booth, which made me hype because Valve hasn't been. I mean, we've only gone to PAX for 3 years, but Valve hasn't made a game in like 10 years or whatever. So I don't think they've been at PAX for a long time. So I'm excited to see what they're bringing to the table. I really want to see if Wargroove might make an appearance again. They were at the Nindies booth last year, and the game has been delayed again until next year, but maybe they'll bring another demo. That would be cool. But I'm really looking to play some Total War 3 Kingdoms over at the Sega booth. That one, it's a interesting twist on the genre with the Dynasty Warriors style 3 Kingdoms era.
Yep,
So-
I'm really wanting to see how they balance the commanders in that game.
So I don't know if you heard, Alex. I don't want to get too much sidetracked on the game, but there's 2 different modes in the game.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's one where the characters are OP, and there's one where they're normal.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely catering to both sides of Total War. Not that there's sort of the fantasy realm and the realistic realm. So yeah, but I'm sure every year I go, there's a game or two that I've never heard of that kind of comes out of nowhere. So
Yeah, that happened. I think the first year we went there, Pyre was actually there, and I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah,
And I wasn't expecting that at all.
yeah. I'll give you 20 seconds each. What have you been playing? Go quick. And then we're going to get in the news.
Tekken 7.
Yeah, I dabbled in some Tekken 7. I've also been playing Yakuza Kiwami 2, so expect a review of that pretty soon.
Nice.
Is it under 5 or over 5? Can you give us a little taste?
Definitely over 5.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, it's definitely playable.
Okay.
Games I've been playing, I played Gorogoa, just because I like to say the name of that game, and I finally bought it on the sale, and I finally played it. It was pretty good. And then I played, what is it? Something Edith Finch.
What remains?
What remains of Edith? I was about to say The Vanishing of Ethan Carter or whatever, but that is not the same game. All right. Anyways, let's get into the news. We got a lot of news and a game to get through. So, last week we had QuakeCon. Woo, QuakeCon! Woo! And they had a lot of news. So we're just gonna hit on the high points, and then we're just gonna talk about kind of each one or all of them at the same time, however you want to do it. So I'll just talk about kind of the 4 big highlights that everyone's kind of brought up. We had some Elder Scrolls Online expansion and news. I mean, we don't really play that, so I don't expect us to talk about it too much. We had Quake Champions going free to play. We had a lot more Rage 2 gameplay, especially with the vehicle gameplay, which is what a lot of people were looking for after the E3 announcement, because the original Rage had a lot of vehicle, and we saw a little bit of vehicle footage. We're like, what's going on? And then we had a huge gameplay reveal for Doom Eternal. Give me your guys' thoughts. You get hyped for anything?
To be fair, when you were like, man, Doom Eternal is so hype, and I was like, oh, here we go. There goes Albert again. And then I... Okay, buddy. Let me not get hyped.
And
then I watched the video, and I was like, holy shit, Albert is totally justified in being hyped. The whole 20 minutes was amazing.
Yeah, I think they learned from last time when they showed the really slow story trailer for the original Doom remake. They just went, all right, let's do it fast and hard. Let's just get through it. And that's what they did for the full video.
Let's put a grappling hook on a shotgun. Let's make a BFG 10,000, which is a giant laser gun.
Can we also talk about the invasion mechanic? What is going on with that?
Yeah, it's like Dark Souls, but
the Dark Souls of Doom.
I don't know. I think it's a cool concept, and they said that you can turn it off and turn it on, of course. I don't know how it's gonna, like, flesh, because eventually people might get really good at the game, and if they're playing in some noobs game, then they're just gonna get wrecked all the time, but I guess that's Dark Souls too.
Yeah, I think it's a cool mechanic. It'll be a silly thing to do while you're just playing through the game. Keeps things fresh, too.
It'll be a fun thing to do once you've beaten the game, and you're like, let me just go mess up someone's day, because I can, and demons are evil. But speaking of hype meters, we sent out a question, and I'm gonna need to refer to Twitter correspondent Tristan Jung here to find out what our Twitter followers thought of kind of what's coming out of Bethesda. It's part of Bethesda, but we just ask in general, Bethesda, and what are they most excited for?
Hi, my name is Tristan Jung, Twitter correspondent Tristan Jung. And we've asked our followers, which Bethesda game are you looking forward to the most? Let us know why in the comments. We had a whopping 165 votes, and 40% of followers said Fallout 76. And we had Doom Eternal narrowly coming in second place with 36% of the votes. And then Rage 2 was way in the back with 7%. And then we had a couple of other answers rounding out with 17%.
Let me guess, Elder Scrolls 6.
We surprisingly only had one person say Elder Scrolls 6, and that was...
Wow, surprising.
Mm-hmm.
In the comments, and that was at Motion Paintings. He said, Elder Scrolls 6, I know it's not coming out soon. I accept that it may never come out. Oh.
Hey.
Todd Howard's dirty little lies.
I don't think the Todd will allow that.
Oh, also, at Teradicey, our regular, said, waiting for Valenwood, Elder Scrolls 6. I'm excited for the next installment of the Elder Scrolls series.
Wait, did they announce what it's gonna be?
I have no idea. At Teradicey, please let us know what you're talking about.
Give us those inside highlights from Todd himself.
We also had some shout-outs for Starfield, at Isaka_DM99, at XLeiaMGX said, I want the other one. Don't remember the name. The one in space.
That would be Starfield. That's StarCraft, actually.
No Man's Sky.
Oh, God. Hey, we can't laugh at that. That game's okay now, okay?
Yeah, it's no longer a meme.
Exactly.
But we did have a lot of love in the comments for Doom Eternal. At Benny Rebel 216, at Russ Sanat, and at Arthur Rohart, who just left a GIF of the shotgun with the mounted, what do you call, I don't know what it is.
Grappling hook, man. I don't know.
And I was pretty excited about that one.
Did you guys see, I just want to bring up right now, it's kind of like Wolfenstein, but they have a shotgun where it just turns into a Gatling shotgun. I was like, okay, okay.
That was my favorite gun in Wolfenstein. It
is learning from themselves. They're just like, you know what? Put a shotgun and make it a Gatling shotgun.
Yeah, and then make it a Gatling shotgun that shoots more shotguns.
That's Enter the Gungeon right there. There's a gun that shoots other guns in that game that shoots another gun that shoots bullets.
That's intense.
Yeah,
it's too much.
So what do you, I'm definitely on that Fallout. I'm still a little hesitant on Fallout 76. I haven't seen enough to convince. I mean, I'll probably get it still, but like, just in terms of hype levels, it doesn't look different enough. But I did hear a cool thing where if you grief players, they will put a bounty on your head, like the game, and the reward for the bounty for killing you will come out of your own player's wallet. So if you're being a jerk, then you're putting a bounty on yourself essentially, and people that kill you get money. Alrighty, the next one, there's a little bias in myself, but you know what? We're going here. THQ Nordic has acquired Timesplitters, the franchise.
God, yes. I have been waiting for this for so long.
So let me just... Alex is hype. I just want to get it out. I just want to see. Tristan, have you ever played a Timesplitters game before?
I have. I played the second one.
Okay. That's one of the best ones, so that's good. I'm just gonna ask right now, guys, is it time for a new Timesplitters game? Is the world ready for a new Timesplitters game?
I feel there's a lot of potential for a new Timesplitters game. I think it's kind of that unique bit of twitch shooter, and not so fast that it's super twitchy, but still kind of at that faster pace kind of shooting without just going full arcade. I think it's ready.
I totally agree with Alex. I brought up Call of Duty 4, Black Ops 4 last time. It's literally just mind-melting, like you just kind of click on a bunch of things. But with Timesplitters, there's still a little bit of thinking, but not too much as much as like, you gotta, it's not like America's Army, right? So I'm pretty down for this new installment, Timesplitters.
Yeah, the time to kill is at just the right ratio.
So let me get into this. So Timesplitters hasn't had a game since, I don't know, Future Perfect for GameCube, I want to say. And that was like 2004, 2005. So it's been over a decade. For those of you, for our listeners who don't know what Timesplitters is, how is this unique? What is this game?
It's got monkeys with guns.
All right. I'll go here. It's a game that doesn't take itself seriously. It has ridiculous characters that you can play as. It has ridiculous guns. It has ridiculous game modes. It has humor in the storyline. It's all around a funny game.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot like Perfect Dark 64, except, as Albert said, taken up to kind of this insane self-comedic approach to it, where it's just kind of insane in what they do.
The only modern game I can give it sort of a relationship to or similarity to is the Saints Row 3 and onward. It's just a goofy game that has the weirdest guns, except it's not third person, it's a first person shooter. But oh man.
But guys, this is a shooter coming out in a post Fortnite era.
Oh no.
I don't even want to say the words.
I would play Timesplitters Battle Royale.
Albert did it for me.
Hey, would you play it, Tristan?
Dude,
if you could
I
choose
love
from
Battle Royale.
100 different characters. Okay, stop. No, stop.
I love that stuff, okay? Just put it right in front of me. I'll review it.
It's not, we don't even know if it's in development. Since Alex talked about Battle Royale, we're going to move into our next story.
Perfect segue.
Our Royale News Network right here. This just in. Royale has lost 93% of its player base after peaking at 105 concurrent players 2 months ago on Steam. Let me say right now, did any of us try this game? Did any of us play this game?
I watched like maybe 10 or 15 minutes of a stream of it.
Same here. I watched Summit play. That's about it.
All right. So I've read online that there's sort of, and I deducted myself using my intellectual prowess, that there's kind of two reasons this has happened. One is, as both of you have said, this game was really popular with streamers 2 months ago. And then as soon as the streamers went away, not much visibility on the game. And then the second reason is apparently they've been tweaking with the balance like crazy. Every other week, it seems. Like every other week, there's a huge patch which just changes everything. So there's no stability in sort of the play styles, and no one can really get used to it, so everyone's just kind of leaving. But is this a case where, I mean, it's high res. I know people have their special things to say about high res and how they treat their games, but is this just a mismanaged game by them, or is this... We've been talking for a while that obviously it's no surprise Battle Royale is sort of the trend in gaming right now, but like the MOBA franchise, that same thing happened 5 or 6 years ago. Is it just going to be pretty much all these little smaller games are going to come up right now and they're all going to fail? In the end, it's just going to be a big 2 or 3 games, which right now seems to be Fortnite and PUBG.
I think especially in the case of Hi-Rez's take on it, Realm Royale, it was just so similar to Fortnite that I think it actually ended up failing super hard. Even more so than how Paladins was mostly a clone of Overwatch. It still had some uniqueness to it. But
Paladins actually also has a pretty cemented player base right now.
Yeah, Paladins, I've actually heard quite a few people say decent things about Paladins and how they've been treating that game, but Realm Royale, I don't know. From what I saw, it was just basically Fortnite with a really bunch of random things put into it.
And some power-ups, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the random things.
I don't think if you're gonna follow a fad, you can't just take all the popular stuff, put it into one game and expect it to work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what Hi-Rez kind of does. I mean, Smite was slightly original, but Paladins and Realm Royale are basically just copies of stuff that already exist. They just kind of like stuffed a couple of features together. There you go. The chicken thing is pretty cute, I guess, but you know, it wasn't
mounts, man. Mounts.
Mounts. That went really well in Heroes of the Storm. So
Oh man.
Sorry, Blizzard. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. And there's the other thing of it's hard to really take down one of the two main players in this genre. I don't know if you saw what happened with the Culling 2, but that had like one player after 2 days, which is not optimal in a game where you need 100 players to actually start a match. So
that was the game where the developer basically said it was such a failure they're just going to go back and make the first game again, aren't they?
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
really sad.
That's a major whoops on their part.
Oops. Whoopsies.
But yeah, I kind of expect to see this with more games in this genre, like developers who I'm sure there's like 30 companies right now who are halfway through developing a battle royale game, and they have to put it out. They can't, they're not going to cancel it or whatever. So I don't see this trend stopping for at least another year or so.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got Call of Duty coming out with theirs. We've got Battlefield 5 coming out with theirs. So
yeah, and we've already had many casualties, not just Coaling in this game. It was also Radical Heights, right?
And then sort of the fall of H1Z1, but a resurgence when it went free to play and came out on consoles.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's a rough genre for people to get into, and I don't know, maybe it's just because they're not trying to really push the envelope, and they're just trying to be too much like the two huge players of the game or genre.
Yeah, what we need is 1,000 player maps, not 100.
That's just PlanetSide 2, man.
Ah, that's true.
All right, let's roll into our next story. We talked about it 2 weeks ago, and it happened the day after. We had Smash, and it smashed my expectations. All right, let's talk Smash real quick here. I just want to get a small little, temperature of the hype levels. The hype levels of this game. Is it packing? Is it lacking? Do we need more? Is it just sell me this game right now? Alex, go for it.
I'm still lukewarm. The character reveals, while cool, I love to see Simon Belmont in the game. K. Rool, he's cool. I like DK. But, I don't know. I need to see tournament footage of how this game's going to play. If it's another Smash 4 style game, I just really don't get excited watching that style.
You looking for Melee? What type of style are you looking for?
I would definitely like it to be much faster paced towards Melee style. So I'm hoping that's what we see here, but until I see some more competitive gameplay, I just not too interested.
Alright, Tristan.
I'm pretty packing. I think, I don't really care about the Belmonts or the other alligator, but
the okay.
The alligator.
You just called King K. Rool the other alligator.
He's the king.
He's a king.
He's a king, buddy.
Also kind of a pirate.
King Crocodile Rule. I don't really care about him. But I think all the stuff that Sakurai's been drip feeding us, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty packing.
We had, I don't know, I'll give my quick thoughts right now. I thought the characters were awesome. I think the music for Castlevania is awesome. I thought that Rathalos random appearance was like, what the heck is going on? And then, yeah. I mean, pretty cool. I'm packing.
It really does carry its title pretty well.
Yeah, so far it has a lot of content being shown. New content, which is very important. I think a complaint of Smash 4 was maybe that it didn't have a whole lot of new stuff.
Yeah, and definitely I could see that argument before any of the DLCs came out and all the new characters and stages. Definitely there was not much content in the game. Definitely a lot more fun to play than Brawl, which Brawl had more content, it just wasn't as fun to play, in my opinion. So I want to ask the big question. There was a game mode that was quote unquote shown, revealed, hinted at. What do you guys think this is?
It has to be story mode, right? Subspace? Super space? Super space emissary.
Ultimax space?
Ultimax? So there was a rumor, you guys probably saw it, of someone, I don't know, they didn't blur out the pixels on a certain frame. Depixel it. I don't know if this is complete garbage, but
Demosaic.
It's called, they said that it was labeled Spirits. And that with the whole, I don't know, we've seen the trailers, we've seen Mario getting murdered, we've seen Luigi literally getting murdered.
Dying,
murdered. His soul was ripped out of his body. He's playing Doom now, okay? But they're like, is this a reference to this? Is this what's happening? Do we have to rescue the souls, spirits of our fallen comrades, or something along those lines? I don't know. Alex, would a story mode boost this game up for you in any way?
Me personally, probably not. But I know plenty of people probably would like the game much more if it did have even like a adventure mode like Melee had. I
mean, there's already an adventure mode, classic mode that they call it. Okay. And they're like, oh, every single character has their own predefined route and story and stuff like that. But,
okay, sweet.
That's there from the originals, but
I'm just full fleshed out story. Potentially, it could be cool, but when you're throwing in so many characters, I could only see it becoming a mess pretty quick.
That's true. But they did fit them all in Brawl. But then again, Brawl had about half the characters as this game. So
right.
So I want to make a quick thing. So apparently, there's a bunch of music in this game, right? 800 tracks or something. Apparently, Final Fantasy, there will be 2 music tracks from Final Fantasy.
You only get 2.
So I've heard that's because Square Enix is very protective of Final Fantasy's music.
What are even the tracks? Is it the boss theme?
I don't even know what it is, honestly.
Okay.
But apparently they're very protective of the rights to their music, so Castlevania gets 30 tracks.
Oh, wow.
And Final Fantasy gets 2.
Trying to think which 2 they would choose.
I don't know, there's Cloud in it, so probably
Simple
something from 7. If they're bringing back oh gosh, stop.
I hope so.
If they're bringing back Midgar, it's going to be a Midgar theme, but other than that, I don't know. All right, let's move on to our next story. We had a little bit of a leak. Someone pushed a button. I don't know. Someone fat-fingered a key, but Steam.tv went live for a little bit. And what is Steam.tv? Steam.tv is a video streaming platform for video games by Steam. And it has Steam integrations built in, so you can have a chat room with as many friends as you want on Steam, and it'll, you can have a global chat room that's still there, but you can also have a little private chat. And yeah, it leaked last week, but this week there's the international for Dota 2 going on, and it actually launched in like a beta, if you want to call it, where only the international is streaming, so no one else can stream on it, but, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's just go into like the easiest question, and it's like, does Twitch and YouTube gaming, do they need competition?
Any competition is always good, right? You know, having a monopoly is not always the best thing. I was not really able to see how this would even be a competition for Twitch, because you can make private chats in Twitch. There's no subscribing. There's not all these other extra features in Steam.tv that would kind of make Twitch worried about this.
So there's actually one cool feature for the international where you can make highlights and everything for live recorded broadcasts. So while a match is going on, the VOD is automatically recording in the background. So if you want to go back and rewatch something in the same match, like, oh, remember that team fight that happened at the 10-minute mark? You as the user, there will be a highlight that'll say like, so currently Valve controls when the highlights are made, but it'll be like big team fight, and you can just click on that, and it'll go back, and then you click play or whatever, and go back to where the stream is currently.
Isn't that the same as like clips on Twitch though?
You can do clips in Twitch.
Yeah, but this is built in like VODs as the game goes.
Okay.
It still sounds like clips to me.
Yeah.
Well, the clips you have to load out of the stream.
I guess that's true. I don't know. I think that's a very small.
It's never been an issue to me to just open a separate clip of the broadcast. So
that's true, but people also have to make clips. But that's the other thing.
This is Valve making a clip.
I mean, it's not really a clip. It's more like a VOD. It's like a VOD. I almost said a VOD on demand. Oh boy, a video on demand. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think it could be interesting to see where this goes because I don't know of any sort of ads that play in current Steam broadcasting things. I don't think there are ads, and Twitch just announced yesterday that they will be bringing back ads for even Twitch Prime subscribers, and that in order to avoid ads, you will need to be you'll need to subscribe separately to be a Twitch Turbo subscriber in order to avoid ads. I mean, everyone uses ad block, but you never know. The interesting thing I think, and I would love to hear your guys' opinion, is how does like users factor into this? As in, how does me, if I want to be a streamer, do you think that how will sort of Valve monetize I mean, Valve does a good job for like workshop items in monetizing, not monetizing, but paying their content creators for what they make. Do you think that they'll handle this situation in a similar way? Because currently Valve Steam's broadcasting does not allow for any sort of ad revenue or anything in that regard.
Perhaps that'd be an interesting dynamic if you had kind of like a salary as a streamer, but I don't know. Maybe.
Would this even support face cam? Come on. No face cam, no life.
Where's my OBS? Where's my OBS?
OBS
Where's my IRL streams?
XSplit support? Come on.
Oh, does it actually force you to use just the normal streaming that Steam has? I
think so. I mean, they haven't released it to the public, so we don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to check it out this week, they are streaming the International on it, so you can see what it does. I hear one of the weird options, just as a last note, is that Twitch lets you stream at 720 at 60 FPS, but Steam.tv only allows 60 FPS screening at 1080p. So if you go down to 720p, then you only get 30 FPS.
Man.
Why?
I don't know. But we got one last little news story. It's a little blurb. I just want to hear your guys' news on it. We talk about it a lot. But Monster Hunter World is the first Capcom title to ship 10 million copies worldwide.
It's a lot of Mons being hunt.
Yeah, I'm glad this did really well because I love Mon Hun, and this probably means that they're going to invest in it for a longer period of time.
Now, Capcom, please add G-Rank.
So here's the thing. Would you rather have G-Rank in Monster Hunter World? Or would you I mean, obviously you'd rather have that, but would you rather just wait for the sequel to this game and then that one have G-Rank to start off with?
A sequel? You mean it's gonna be Monster Hunter World Ultimate is the next version.
Monster Hunter Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Galaxy.
Planet. I like that. Planet.
Can we fight monsters in space?
No man's monster.
No man's. I like it. The Elder Scrolls 6 Monster Hunter.
I would prefer it if they just released G-Rank in World.
Mm-hmm. Even if it costs money. I'll pay money for G-Rank. If it's fully fleshed out G-Rank.
What do you guys think are the odds that the next Monster Hunter game will release simultaneously on PC as well as consoles?
Still a bit low.
They're about as bad as Rockstar, to be honest, here at this point. If not worse. They're probably actually worse.
That's a fair comparison, yeah. Capcom still just doesn't seem that interested in PC release. They don't take it super seriously, it feels like, at least. So I think it'll be a while still if you see a sequel come out in the future.
Speaking of Monster Hunting, actually not really speaking of Monster Hunting, but guys, we have a viewer question this week.
At Vits Patel asked, is there a novel with the movie adaptation that you think would have made a better experience as a game?
All right, Tristan, you want to start us out? Did Alex have? If Alex didn't have time to think about this, I'm going to give him a couple minutes as we talk.
I did not have time to think about this.
Oh, you might have went to sleep before I said.
I did.
Please look at this question.
I did think about this, and I actually had an answer pretty quickly because that answer was Ready Player One.
Yeah, I could see it pretty easily.
What type of game would it be?
No, it would still be an MMO, right? It would still have all the crossover here. It's like VR chat, kind of, if you really think about it.
Second Life.
You can be anyone you want. You know, I think Second Life and VR chat are missing raids and equipment and all the other fun stuff in between. But I actually think it'd be a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'm going out on a limb here. Wait. Yes, it'll work. So my answer is going to be Angels and Demons.
Tom Hanks, the game?
Tom Hanks.
What?
Yeah.
What type of game would it be?
A David Cage kind of game.
Oh no!
Except you are Tom Hanks. What? Think about it. Uncovering the church's dirty little secrets with one emotion at a time.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I had a couple. I don't know if you had more, Tristan. You have another? I'll read one out.
Yep.
But I don't know if it's a little cheating, but you know, I, Robot, that movie with Will Smith.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It's not exactly based off of a novel. It's sort of heavily inspired from Isaac Asimov, but I think just some sort of future. Not really a David Cage. Oh gosh, now you said David Cage. It makes it sound like Detroit Become Human. So
I am not a
much.
deviant.
Oh no. But I don't know. Some sort of, it would just be a normal, like, first person Deus Ex sort of adventure game, stealth action sort of thing. Maybe you're even a police officer like Will Smith was in the movie and in the, but I think that would be it wasn't a bad movie, but I think it would be really cool to see in a game.
Yeah, it was a fairly interesting world that they set up.
Exactly.
Another good book that actually had a pretty good movie adaptation was Edge of Tomorrow. I think that'd be a pretty fun game. If you haven't seen that movie, it's a Tom Cruise movie. And basically, every time he dies, it like resets the day. It'd be kind of like a weird action puzzle type genre, I would feel.
So it'd be like Braid almost.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like Braid, except there's a lot more shooting and no nuke at the end.
Braid with guns.
Braid with guns.
And aliens. That's a good tagline for the game. Braid, but with guns and aliens. Alright, I got another one. I actually have two left, but I'm trying to figure out which one of the two I want to choose. Alright, I think this one will have a better game premise. So, there was that book, Aragon.
Aragon?
The
is
Dragon.
That how it's pronounced?
The Dragon.
The Dragon. The one with the purple cover that you all saw in the library.
By Christopher Paolini.
Exactly. That movie was bad. That movie was straight up bad.
It was definitely terrible.
You could definitely make an RPG when you have a giant dragon into a much better game. Just turn it into like a hybrid of Skyrim and The Witcher, and it'd
be more than that. It'd be like Fable. You grow up with that dragon.
That's true. If we covered the whole series of books, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'd be great.
Practically develops itself.
How to Train Your Dragon Simulator. I would call it How to Train Your Aragon.
Mm-hmm. What? we'll have to work on it a bit, but
project
tentative title.
All right. Did anyone have any last games? If not, any last books/movies? No, it sounds like we're good. You know what it's time for, guys?
A video game or just a game?
No,
Just a game.
It's time for a game. So, the name of the game is The Good Doctor. Alright, so let me preface right now. I took this quiz. This is a very famous game. Everyone knows this game. I even took the questions from an online thing.
You went to BuzzFeed.
I went to BuzzFeed. No. But I took the questions online, and I'd like to thank Lincoln Mark, who was the author of that quiz, for this questions. But I added a little story to it just to make it interesting. All right, you ready?
Wait, what's the goal?
The story will identify the goal. Okay. All right. Here's the story. It was late in the lab, and Professor Oak was working with some Zubats. He carelessly let one escape the protective cage that it was in, and when he ran to get it back, he was hit with a confuse ray. When he awoke, he couldn't remember if he was a doctor in Pokemon or a doctor in medicine. Help Professor Oak regain his memories by identifying if the following things are Pokemon or pharmaceutical drugs. Get at least, I said 13, but it can be, if it's, I don't know how well you know your Pokemon, but get at least 13 out of 20, and you both win. And Professor Oak regains his memories.
Wait, do we collaborate?
Yeah, this is a collaborative game. You either both win or you both lose. Alright? Fail, and I didn't really have a fail. I don't know. Fail and Professor Oak has a promising career in medicine. I don't know.
Exactly. He goes on to...
Okay. Is that really a failure?
I mean, Ash never goes on his journey. Pikachu never gets strong. Alright, so I only have 20 of these. This is going to be a pretty quick game. But I thought it would be fun. So, you guys are working together. You guys need to say final answer when you've determined your final answer, and then tell me, like, Pokemon or drug. Okay?
Okay.
He's gonna say, like, meth.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here we go. Ready? Absol.
Oh.
That is definitely a Pokemon.
Go for it.
Final answer.
Alright, that's correct. I need to keep track of score somehow.
It's okay, it'll be 20 out of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I'll just put the letter I.
I got the Poke Rap on repeat.
Alright, next one. Carnotaur.
Wait a second. This isn't Gen 1.
I want to say that's a drug.
Yeah, let's go.
What about you, Tristan?
Let's go with drug. Drug, final answer.
Alright, correct.
I take that at night before I go to sleep.
It is a dietary supplement, by the way.
Perfect.
Perfect. Right before I go to bed. Alright, our next one is Rayquaza.
What?
Oh, that's a Pokemon. Final answer.
Alright. You guys know your Pokemon.
Is this actually from BuzzFeed? Because I feel...
It's not from BuzzFeed.
Okay.
It's not from BuzzFeed. This one's easy. This one's a gimme.
Well, last one wasn't a gimme.
Crestor.
Okay,
no, that's a drug.
Final answer.
Correct. Alright, next one. Clastion.
Say that again?
Clastion.
We gotta think meta. Would the person really go Pokemon, drug, Pokemon, drug, Pokemon?
Are you keeping track of this?
I think they'd switch it up.
Yeah. Let's go.
It seems really I don't think it's right. So drug. Let's go drug again.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Correct. That is a drug for bone cancer.
We figured out the meta.
All right, next one. Zygris.
Can you use that in a sentence?
I cannot.
Can you spell it out for us?
Do you actually want me to spell it out?
Sure.
Oh, it's a Pokemon, but you're pronouncing it differently than I think it is. Final answer.
It is a drug.
Oh my god. What am I thinking? It is a drug
for sepsis.
I'm thinking like Zergis or something. Zergy? Whatever
it's spelled Xigris.
Oh man, I'm thinking the Z Pokemon from X and Y.
Alright, next one. Glaceon.
Oh, okay.
That's
Pokemon,
a Pokemon.
Final answer.
There we go.
Alright, correct. Numel.
That's also a Pokemon. Final answer.
Alright. Not even consulting. Correct.
We trust each other.
Bonzel.
Bonzel?
Bonzel? Alright, I know a Bond Sly, but that's not a Bond Soul.
Should we just go with drug?
I'm going with drug. Final answer.
Correct. It is a drug for anti-seizure medicine.
Great.
Or not a drug for the medicine, but it is a drug for anti-seizure prevention or something.
You take it first, so you get the seizure, then you take the actual medicine.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, next one. Alteria.
Oh, that's a drug. Final answer.
No, that's a Pokemon.
That's a... No, that's the peacock. That's the peacock. No.
I'm going to have to count that as incorrect.
No, we have to
said
count
final
it.
answer. Mm-hmm. It is a Pokemon.
It's the fluffy bird.
Yep, the cloud bird.
All right, our next one is Ticklid.
That sounds a little too funky to be a medicine.
It does, but I'm trying... It's one of the baby Pokemon, I think. You know what, Pokemon? Final answer.
That is a drug. It is an anti-platelet drug.
I hate platelets.
This next one's a gimme. Marowak.
Marijuana?
Yeah. It's that crazy dank.
Pokemon, final answer.
Correct. All right, we're moving on. We're, a little over halfway through. Actually, we're like 2/3 through. We've got Qvar.
With a Q or a C?
With a Q.
I'm thinking drug on this one.
Okay.
Okay, drug, final answer.
That is correct. It is a asthma drug. All right, next one. Decadron.
Decaron?
Yeah, Decaron.
Decaron.
A Zornite.
I'm feeling it's a Pokemon. Pokemons?
Pokemon.
Pokewoman?
You know what? Just go for it.
Pokemon, final answer.
And that is incorrect. It is a drug. I don't know how to pronounce this words, but it's a corticosteroid. All right, next one. Luxic.
Oh, that's the cat, isn't it? No, that's Luxio. Tricky. Luxic?
Luxic.
Luxray.
I have a feeling it wouldn't be Luxio, Luxray. Wait, is that the only chain? Or is there one more?
There's the first form I'm not remembering. Luxio and Luxray are the second and third forms, respectively.
Man. All right, I get 10 seconds left, guys.
Well, you guys.
Tristan needs to cut off this white silence.
I'm leaning drug.
Alright, let's go drug.
Final answer.
That is correct. It is a drug. It is a topical steroid.
Nice.
And then we got 5 left. We've got Milotic.
Oh, that's
this Pokemon. Yeah. The pretty Gyarados. Final answer.
All right, correct. We've got Gliscor.
Also a Pokemon. Final answer.
Correct. We've got Voltaren.
That sounds too similar, but not exactly, so...
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. It's a drug. Final answer.
Correct.
Nice try, stoners.
And we've got Vibrava.
Vibrava? That's a Pokemon. Final answer.
Correct. And our last one, we have Sentret.
Oh, that's
also a Pokemon. That's the ferret. Final answer.
Ding, ding, ding. All right. The final score, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
By the
10,
way,
11,
my
12,
final
13,
answer
14,
was that's
15,
a ferret,
16.
not actually a Pokemon or drug.
All right. I'm taking one off then. Okay. 15. Congratulations, guys. Professor Oak has regained his memories, and he is back to helping the world of Kanto, or the Kanto plane, or
Kanto
whatever.
region.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, that wraps it up for episode 10 of Viewport Relay. Viewport Relay is available on Radio Public, iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, Podbean, and all your favorite podcast directories. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, review, and share it with your friends. We're also on social media as Viewport Gaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Normally we ask here, why Viewport Gaming? But we already asked that. So we're not going to ask it again unless Tristan really wants to tell us.
I mean, it's been an hour. You don't know.
Tristan, I got hit by the Confuse Ray. what's Viewport Gaming?
Well, Professor Oak, Viewport Relay is part of Viewport Gaming, a website that provides a look into video games through reviews, features, and podcasts. You can find all of Viewport Gaming content at viewportgaming.com.
Oh, thanks, Tristan. That snapped me out of my confusion. And as always, I've been your host, Albert Corsten, and I've been joined by my co-hosts, Tristan Jung.
See ya!
And Alex Nestor.
See you next time.